I think you had dogs and hang on 1 second, guys.
I had dogs.
Let me just make sure. Maybe it's just not popping up on the screen. YouTube live. 1.
I love your stitching, Gail.
Oh, we are totally up and live.
Oh, good.
Okay, sorry about that. All right.
Okay. All right.
Resume.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
If you guys are joining us for the first time, we've got Michelle Barrett, who's a local quilter and just sewist extraordinaire, and then Gail Cram, who, how many quilts do you think you've made in your lifetime?
Oh, I don't know. I've been doing this since the late 70s, so a few.
Yeah. And she just does everything too. So they are going to be discussing with you hand stitching.
Yes. And machine.
Hand and machine.
Yes.
Stitching. Yes.
Michelle's quite good at both. I don't do anything by machine as far as like projects like we're going to do. So, and you can do it by machine. I know Jeannie's done some things where she's taken some of the embroidery patterns and done them through Design Center or right is that you, and you've either scanned or you've done it.
But I'm not doing this. Like, you know what? I feel like you just can't reproduce the hand look. I mean, I've done the scan in and had the machine stitch it, but it's just not the same.
It's like video or AI.
Yeah,
it's all perfect when you do it on machine. That's true. Perfect. When you do it by hand, there's just variation. Well, and there's a lot of love in handwork. I mean, not that there's not love in machine stuff, but handwork. There's just, and I find handwork. I mean, that was where I first started. My first quilts were hand quilted. Which that's a lot of work. That's a lot of time.
See, I never did that. I did it on my machine.
And I mean, I've always loved handwork. I mean, I love to hand applique. I love to do a lot of embroidery. I've done Brazilian embroidery, which is hand embroidery done with rayon threads. And it's a different twist, but they're so different weights, and you get a lot of different looks. I brought some examples of what you can do with handwork.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's just incredible. And I find with handwork, I don't know, I'm still married for 53 years, and so to pay attention to my husband, well, he thinks I'm paying attention. At night, I do handwork while he sleeps in his chair.
There you go.
but we're together, so that's what. So that way I don't feel guilty.
That's what I like about handwork. You can take it anywhere. You know, if the power goes out, you're by a window that has sun coming through, you can still, do it.
Exactly.
So it's okay.
I do it on the plane.
Yeah.
I do it in airports. And Lord knows now with weights and everything, you can. So
doctor's office, wherever.
Yeah, and when my kids were young at games.
Oh, yeah.
I would sit in bleachers at games and do handwork.
Yeah.
So the point is, everyone needs to be doing handwork.
Exactly.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You can knit.
Yes.
The thing is, a lot of people can't do it because their hands hurt.
Well, I'm telling you, I have arthritis in my hands. But if I don't use them, you lose them.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. If you have the dexterity in your hands and you can still do it, it is very good type of exercise.
Well, it is, and I've already. I mean, I've got frozen fingers already from arthritis. But thank God, not all of them.
Yeah. I know. I do not have it.
Delta says that she's had to give up on handwork because she's had hand surgery. So maybe for Delta, something like what was done on this one.
On the bottom part is done.
On the bottom part, yeah. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Did you do the blanket stitch on the machine also?
I did. Yeah. Well, if you want to talk about these now, we can.
Sure. Or did you want to go through your list or?
Yeah. Well, this is on the list. So
all right.
Yeah.
can they see?
Yeah, so I can switch you over. I can switch you over to right here, and you can lay it down, and you'll be able to see what you're showing.
Oh, okay. All right. Now with this example, what I did is I cut out all the pieces and stuff, and we're going to be going over all this next month with everybody. We want to show you guys exactly how to do this. So with my machine, I had everything down, not the words, but I put the little bee skip, the bee, and all the leaves down. And then I machined those on with the blanket stitch on my machine. So, and it was really easy. Once they're fused down, they don't move or anything, and you can just do that. And then I did a little, the letters, and then a little bit of embellishments, and on the leaves, that was done by hand. And I used a thicker thread that comes with the kit for the top letters, and then I used a thinner, just a DMC on the bottom. And I think it's all this is subjective to your...
Subjective. Mine's all done with the thread that's in the kit.
Yes, and it's what you like.
And
so
it's
here's
all
the
done.
scales.
And it is all done by hand.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is the thread in the kit is pretty thick.
Yeah, I think it's a number 5.
Yeah.
And the smaller the number, the thicker the thread.
Yeah, so, and the DMC that I'm sure that Michelle used 2 strands.
No, it was here.
I'll
show you what because I use sulky too, but it's this one.
Is that Valdani? Oh no, that's DMC.
This is
but
DMC.
It's 12, right?
I just got it. I think I got it at Michael's, and it was a number 12. Do you sell this DMC like this?
We do not. We don't sell any of that, but I think they're going to re-kit with the 12 weight.
Oh, I personally liked it, and from a 5 to a 12, like this is the 5.
That's the 5.
And then the 12 is
the bottom.
This right here. So it just, I don't know. It depends on what kind of a look that you're going for and that you like.
Well, and if you have, we're all collectors. of everything.
Yes. Everything sewing.
So I have tons of DMC. The strand of DMC, it's 6 strands, but if you pull 2, you get 12 weight. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you? So if you pull 2, then 2 DMC is equal to a 12 weight.
Yes.
Single
I did not
strand.
know that. Yes. So I just always look and go, how thick do I want this?
Yeah, it's
and I look
pretty
at it.
much
because to separate them when I'm doing this because to separate them.
Well, I cut them 18 inches.
You go like that. You just like tap the top of it, and then it separates
and then you just pull 2 strands.
Pull. And I always cut them just as long as my arm.
Me too.
We're going to do a little show and tell.
Well, this is all done with DMC, and this is
these over.
And you can tell it's just done. This is something I'm working on now.
Look how cute.
So it's 2 strands of DMC.
Now, where did you get this pattern? Is it a pattern or is this something you just did?
No, that's a pattern that's somewhere in my stash.
And we're going to show this next month on our Quilt Talk. We'll have a light box. We'll have the pattern for the bee kind. And then we're going to show you how to
trace it.
Yeah, to trace it onto your fabric.
Right. And if you don't have a light box, I've used my sliding glass door.
Yep, I've used my window too. I just tape it.
Yeah.
And there's some amazingly expensive light boxes, but I think my first light box I just bought for like $20 on like Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and then I do have a wafer, which those are so nice that I lent and then never got back, and I don't remember who I lent it to. But if I lent it to you, bring it back.
Yeah. But seriously, if you don't have a light box, I've used, especially on big pieces, I'll use a window because I don't want to move.
Yeah.
I don't want to move it.
Yeah.
But it's just, and I don't know. It's this one I back. I know we're going to talk about the kit comes with SF101.
Can we see that kit?
Well, I don't have everything in it. This is the one that.
Oh, do you have a kit?
Yeah.
because I'd like to show them what's in there and what we're going to be reviewing. Yeah. That'd be nice. What else do you have, Gail? Oh. I did not bring any examples. I kind of ran out of the house and went, I better hurry.
This is another one I did that, this one I just finished.
Okay, maybe we need to switch because this one's larger and...
Yes, let's hold it up.
Oh, sorry. Is the hat? Where am I getting it? Sorry. Oh, I think it's upside down.
No, it's not. Here, it needs to come over this way.
It is beautiful.
This is all done.
I love that.
This way.
I don't know if it's muslin, but it looks like antique paper.
It was a kit that I bought years ago.
It looks like it was dyed. Dyed or something.
Yes.
That is so
amazing.
Cute. And then it's wool.
It's wool, and it's
Can you zoom in on our stitches?
That's DMC and Valdani.
Ready? Let me zoom in.
Which I like Valdani, which is expensive.
And whoop.
I know. I like frugal.
There we go. So here we go. Should I drag it, or you want me to show?
Yeah, the stitches. Let's see if we can see her stitch, and look at like the white thread almost looks sparkly in the stars.
I'm just kind of bringing it around.
But it's just so pretty.
But how long does it take you to do something like this, Gail?
That one took me maybe 3 nights.
Yeah. I love those stars.
I love that.
So did you have to cut those stars, or did they come pre-cut?
No, I cut them.
Okay.
Yeah, and the scissors, I don't know if anyone's got those Karen K Buckleys, and
the perfect
sell
scissors.
those.
We do carry those.
And they're serrated on one of the blades.
Oh,
and I
didn't realize that.
Yeah, with the wool, so it helps it. So your wool won't slip all over the place. Yeah. It will hold it right where it's supposed to be, and you get really nice cuts with them.
So I know that I had some on order, and they've been sold out. Which size do you like the best? Are you the green? Okay, so you use
the one
large, purple,
it depends what size.
Green.
Like the blue ones.
Those are the mediums.
I use for this.
Yes. Okay.
But I do some like she does also with really large. And then I use the big one.
The purple ones?
Yeah.
Okay. How about the green? Do you ever use the green
ones? Oh, yeah.
The little itty bitties?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, because, I might have used it like on the bee.
Yes.
Because it's so small.
And it's round, and then some of the leaves. So it just depends what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, it's just...
I'm telling you guys, we have 2 talented ladies here. If you go to Michelle's studio, if you go to Gail's sewing room, that is such a treat. You'll be inspired leaving either of their workspaces.
Well, if you come to my sewing room, you can have fabric. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Gail used to have a fabric store, so okay.
You can hold this up,
ready?
Gail. This is so gorgeous.
Okay,
here we go.
This is something that I don't know. I saw this saying somewhere, so I just wrote it down.
Oh, is that just your handwriting then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I made one. I made one for my daughter when she got married.
That is so wonderful.
So this, I've got it ready to quilt. I'm gonna quilt this one and hang it somewhere. Who knows?
Good rules. Be nice to one another. Think good thoughts. Try to do better. Say please and thank you. Smile. Be happy with what you have. Mm-hmm. Listen to others. Be helpful. Speak kindness. Never give up. That is wonderful.
Those are the good rules.
Yeah, those are the good rules. I absolutely love that.
What else?
So that's
I know she brought a bunch.
I brought a bunch of stuff because I'm telling you, I love handwork, and I know most of you ladies don't. But I'm going to show you what you can do with handwork.
Okay, here we go.
So this was a pattern that I bought at a quilt show, I'm sure.
Nice, like a little sampler with the lettering and everything.
Yeah, for fall.
And when the bitter cold of autumn arrives and leaves are adorned in gold, when the wind whistles a bone-chilling cry, All Hallows Eve story be told. All Hallows Eve
and that's colored with color crayon.
Oh yeah,
and
nice.
So one thing too,
crab apple.
I'm sure it's a crabapple hill.
If you find stuff like that and you did beautiful handwork, but you can use your scan and cuts, and you can put that in for your machine.
Right.
To do all that.
I know.
That's a whole nother step, which we're not going to do, but.
No.
Yeah, if you just find something that you love. I know we'd have to have Jeannie do it.
I gave Lindsay.
That was kind of vile toadstools, which I don't even have the sample here, but yes, that's what we did.
Yeah.
For those of you that still love handwork, but you can't do it, we'll do a design center class.
Yes, there is ways.
Well, and I got into Brazilian embroidery, and like I said,
we should have had Debbie West here.
Yeah, Debbie West, who also lives here. She and I actually, we took beautiful. From the same gal years ago. I mean, years ago, and so it's done with rayon thread.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So what's the difference between Brazilian?
It's rayon thread.
Okay.
Because it's the same stitches. These are all like bullions, and I mean, you can do the same stitches with any type of thread, any thread. So it's just fun. I mean, here's another little one.
Wow. Ooh.
And it's done with some gold, like your
I like the metallic in there.
Yeah,
and then you can put beads. I've got beads in there.
Wow. Can I get it even closer for them?
I mean, it's just fun.
That is, I don't know if you guys can, is it not zooming? It's not zooming. Sorry. Oh, I got a tap. Sorry. I'm going to put it back here. I think you guys can see it.
Well, and it's just, these are just bullion threads. It's just a little, I mean, you can see, I did this like in 1999.
That is so gorgeous.
1999.
Here's some other ones. It's just, and sometimes you can pad your, it's all padded with batting, and then it's done a lot of, same with this.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God, Gail.
It's just fun.
These are gorgeous. Wow, striking on the black background.
Yeah.
That really pops.
This is amazing. Is this sitting in a drawer?
Yeah. These are all sitting in a drawer.
I love it with the waffle waffle fabric down there waffle. For like a little basket.
There is so much you can do. And you can put it on clothes. I know Debbie West does jeans jackets where she just does a ton of stuff on her jackets.
Wow, look at this.
And then this is a pillow.
This is beautiful. Okay, this needs to come out of the drawer.
It really does. Oh, look at those little buds.
Sweet.
Oh.
And then this one is my iris. This one.
Wow.
This is a pillow. It sits in my office because my office is purple and orange.
Let me go ahead and open it up a little bit. There we go.
Look how pretty.
And it's dimensional. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but
it's all dimensional.
Iris kind of
lifts up. And my dog chewed it, so
oh no!
So I had to fix it.
That gives it the authentic look.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just do. There's another little one. I just do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
That just sits in the drawer.
Keep busy.
I do. This is why my marriage has lasted 50 years. But it's just fun to do. I don't know. It's just
love it.
You know, you brought your needle book too.
I did. I have a needle book.
You should share your needle book.
So I mean, here's my needle book.
You know what I love? There are so many patterns right now
for needle books.
Yeah, and there's needle books, and I'm like, I'm not going to make one of those.
Oh my gosh!
Well, maybe if I started doing hand stitching.
Well, but this has got all of them. I mean, these are the type of needles you use for Brazilian. So there's some big threads. So those are Lola. Then there's Iris.
See, can I look at it a little closer?
When it says Lola and Iris,
so it's got a
small.
No, that's the size.
That's the size. Okay.
And here's the size needles. So that's an Iris is a size 5. Big Glory is a size 7 needle. So it's a little bit smaller.
Thinner.
And the eye is a little bit smaller. Then there's Frost, which is a different. These are all the different types of thread for Brazilian embroidery. And then there's tapestry needles. But this book I have darners in here. So I just keep all my. Then I've got my sharps. And then
how old is this little needle book?
Oh, it's very old.
Yeah.
You can just, I mean, it's nothing fancy, but here's some embroidery needles. But those
I'm
are
sure
huge.
It's always by you.
It is. It's on my.
It's right there.
Here's some milliners, and then I have quilting needles, which is then I have, I don't have my quilting needles here. These are chenille. These are the ones, and Michelle and I both agree, for embroidery, for hand stuff, we love chenille number 24s.
Yeah, they're small, they're thin.
Yes, they're thin. They have a big eye.
They do. You just have to flatten your thread, and it goes through really nice.
Or, I mean, there are embroidery needles. There's embroidery size 5 or embroidery size 10.
So when do you use an embroidery needle?
It depends on what I grab.
Okay.
It's either a chenille or an embroidery needle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is what I do.
And sometimes, aren't the tapestry needles are a little more blunt?
Yes.
The embroidery needles are a little sharper. So going through
needles, going through this, you need something.
Yeah, because sharp. In here, there is. We're gonna actually open up. The kit next week, but this is the kits that Jeannie is selling. And that is for the Be Humble. And, I mean, this one's open. This one's Gail's. But inside here, there's some SF101. And then there's the backing fabric, which is quilting cotton. And we're going to attach that to the back. So that's why, like with this, I really wanted a sharper needle.
Especially with the SF101 on the back.
Yes, with that quilting cotton too. It's just more dense, and then there's a lot of stitches.
Here so they can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right behind here is tucked behind there is that SF101, and then the quilting cotton. But she has all the wool in there. And the needle, it is a John James needle that she's got in here.
But
and we'll get some other stuff.
It's a huge
one.
Oh, yeah.
And the thread.
Not all the ladies like them that big.
Yeah, not that big. And a number 5 thread.
It's just pretty heavy.
In my humble opinion, this was the 5 thread, which is a lot.
Yeah, and you guys can see the difference.
And that's a 12.
And then down here,
that's a 12 weight.
That's the 12 weight. I personally prefer the 12 weight, especially if my hands hurt, because my hands, like I was saying, my hands do not hurt. Anyway, I can do a lot of stitching by hand. By the time I got done with this line, my hands hurt, and it was not right. I'm going. This is not.
It was. I mean, and it was a struggle.
Gail powered through. Sometimes we muscle our way through, right?
Yeah, I did the whole thing, but it was. And you can see how we did it differently, because I mean, I didn't. Michelle did all this beautiful stitching she did blanket stitching on her leaves and did this pretty thing.
Well, that's with the machine.
I know, with the machine. Mm-hmm. I did not.
Yeah. Because yours is being held down by
just those stitches.
Yeah, so see, that's another way of just putting your own spin on your project.
There's really no rules.
No. So next week or next month when we do get together, what's the agenda? Are they going to be stitching with you? Are you going to get them started? Are you going to...
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to show how to fuse down the SF101 to the backing. We want to trace... I traced mine after.
Oh, I traced mine.
My light box.
Oh, I
really
love
good.
that. I love that Gail and Michelle are both.
And I just use a pencil when I traced on here.
Awesome.
I use them.
I love them. They really are.
And I just use a micron. I use a micron pen.
Yeah. What number is that?
A number.
Number 5.
Okay, so maybe they can make a list of like the stuff that they love.
Or you can use you can use a pencil.
But it's still like sometimes we want to know. Like I'm like I'm the type of person that you give me a list. I want my stuff to look as good as yours. I want to use exactly what you're using.
Yeah. But see, and we number 1, you got to get the kit. You got to get the kit.
Okay, get the kit.
And then if you get the kit, you're going to see all of the fabrics that are in, or excuse me, the threads that are in there. And if you don't want to use one that thick, I would suggest getting some DMC colors like that.
That match that.
Yeah. Or if you have Valdani, if you have a stash already, just pull from your stash, whatever's going to work.
Yep.
So, because this is just a real starter project.
Oh my God. Is it something you could do in like 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or you can take as long as you want. You could just take the first few hours to be just cutting out your stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And then, so we'll go over fusing to the back of the wool. Because I
don't do it. I don't fuse the back of the wool. No. I know. So, I mean, that's just That's a step I skip. So,
yeah, see?
But, I mean, yours look at how, mine looks kind of rustic.
Yeah, and mine looks.
And yours is put together. I don't use my wool. That's fine. That's fine.
I know.
Like I said, there are no rules.
Right.
We are so opposite.
And look, we almost got the same thing going on. So it just shows you, it's with all our sewing.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
There's more than one road to get to your destination.
Right.
And you know what? Whatever's easiest for you works.
Yeah.
And like Jeannie always says, whatever makes you finish it.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy and whatever gets it done.
And I like it to be all on there. I go to the iron, I fuse everything, turn it over to the back, and then I have it fused.
Got it.
I can do that if I have a quilt that I have a whole bunch of blocks.
I can see if you have a quilt.
I've got some big blocks right now sitting next to my machine. I get it all to the point where I can fuse it, and then I just have to do the blanket stitch. It's ready for morning. I don't have to get up. And you don't lose any pieces. I don't lose any. I don't have to get up and cut. I don't have to iron. I don't have to think a lot. I can sit there, turn the TV on. Well, that's when I watch you guys in the morning. A1. I have my coffee sitting there, and I just sit and sew.
Sounds so good.
That's all I gotta
do. Are you doing heat and bond light?
Yeah.
Okay, and then are you cutting any of this on the ScanNCut, or are you hand cutting everything?
No, I hand cut with my wool.
Okay.
But you can, and I have the ScanNCut, but I to me, that's the handwork process too.
Yes, all of the handwork.
So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so we'll trace that out and stuff. And then I have the machine here, and then I want to also go over how I do the blanket stitch, how I have it next to it, and where I'm watching, because what you want to do, let me see if I can get on here, is you want to make sure your stitches all stay on the wool. You don't want any of your stitches going on the background. But if they do, really, they did a little bit right there. You can't, no. Who can see that?
You did. I'm just kidding.
Don't pick
it out. We're not going to
You know how we always do that, yeah.
We always do that.
But I was just showing you, I just only showed you that one area. Only because you can't see it.
No.
I mean, I see it because I did it, but yeah, you can't.
Yeah, no, it is perfect. I didn't see any. I would never have noticed anything.
So that's what I want to go over next, and then Gail is going to show.
I'm going to show how
she does her hand.
With her handwork. Yeah,
we're going to kind of flip back and forth next month.
Yeah,
and
I use hoops when I embroider.
Yes,
I have friends that hand embroider and never use a hoop. I just am not comfortable not using a hoop.
Yeah,
do you use a hoop?
I use a hoop.
Yeah.
So you use a hoop too?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's see what hoops you guys are.
I've had some of these for so long.
See, yeah, and there's like this kind.
This looks like 19.
I just bought this.
Oh, really?
Because I wanted a real small one.
Yes.
So my hand, because I'm doing some other cross stitching, but it's flat. So what happens when you use the flat ones? But I have Ada cloth in it, so it holds it pretty good. The fabric will slip out after a while.
Yeah.
It'll get all full and stuff. So I have this other hoop that I got, which is a newer one, and it's got the ring,
the groove.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's got the other groove.
This has just a groove on the back.
Yeah, that's what this one does.
Yeah. Got it.
And so
this is the one where the groove is too.
And I also did my punch needle with this.
Hoops, ladies.
Yeah, because
and gents.
the punch needle. Remember?
Yeah.
And because this holds the fabric in place.
Right. I know. This is what I use.
That's the one I like.
So maybe we could put together some affiliate links for you guys.
Yeah.
You have the hoops and stuff.
I love this size.
Yeah, a nice oval one. I like the round ones, and
I think that's so funny. I think that's so funny. Michelle likes the round one, and
I like the oval ones.
Gail
she has round ones.
I have round ones too. But
Yes.
And then I have the wooden ones. You can get the little bamboo ones. I do not like those.
I don't either.
They don't hold very good. They slip.
Not when you're doing work.
And
they're cute to frame, though.
You get little slivery stuff off inside.
Okay.
Because you're working them. You're just constantly. I don't like those.
Yep.
Myself.
Plastic hoops.
That's the ones I like.
Me too.
Are these? Is there a particular brand you guys use? Do you even
I don't know what
are?
brand this is.
We'll figure out some good hoops for you guys.
In the olden days,
Oh, the metal ones, yeah.
They didn't have a screw on them. They had a little spring on the side, and you put them in there and...
Yeah, what did you think of that?
I like that.
You did?
That's what I grew up with.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I still have some of those, but they're kind of rusty, and I didn't want to
ruin your stuff.
I don't want to.
Okay, so we need our needles.
Bring it out in the rain.
We need our hoops. We need a pencil or a pen, a light box. What else?
Sewing machine or not?
Sewing machine.
And Heat and Bond light.
Heat and Bond light.
Or you can use Steam a Seam if you want, but that seems to
I sometimes need a needle threader.
Yeah?
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I have tons of them, so I just brought, I don't know what you carry, Jeannie, if you have any needle threaders.
Yeah, we do. We have a bunch, but I love Clover stuff.
They have cute ones. I have like little plastic, like it looks like a bee, of course, because of the scrappy bee.
Yeah.
And then the little needle threaders on the end.
Got it.
Some people
and those the eyes are big enough. You know, I don't really use these with our the sewing machine ones, but the hand needles.
Yeah,
well, I never use one on a sewing machine.
We're gonna get some really cute ones. You guys are gonna collect them.
There's cute stuff.
Well, and it's right now. And you have one thing to remember about about a needle threader. This one is a little bit higher. Okay, right here.
Yep.
There you go.
About a needle threader. Okay, this one's new, so I'll pull it out. I used to own a store, so when I closed my store...
Do you still have products?
I still have products. How pathetic am I?
Okay, we can't see it.
So, so when you use your needle threader, a lot of times people pull it.
See, can you see that? If you
can't see it, you probably can't see it. If you can see it on the background.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
The wire.
Yeah, it's a little wire.
It's a little teeny wire. I hold the wire because if you don't hold the wire, they break.
Oh, got it. That's good advice.
I don't do that. Because my thread is not that huge. I find when you're using really big thread or your eye is not that big, and you're yanking on it, then it does. Yeah. And then, do you use a thimble? No.
I don't either, but I use thimble pads.
I've tried those, but
oh my God, that's all I use. And Jeannie orders them for me. I use them when I bind my quilts. I mean, I use a thimble. I use a thimble when I hand quilt, but a thimble pad just goes on my finger. You can see this one's dirty.
There we go.
That's nice. It's dirty, but
it's kind of like the snowman sticker. Just keep using it.
Yeah. I use it till the sticky's gone because it sticks to my...
And they make a whole bunch of different kinds. Like you have a few there.
This goes to show you how old this is. This one I pulled out of my drawer.
25 cents? No, I'm just kidding.
That was from Ben Franklin. That was from Ben Franklin.
So those are pretty thick.
Yeah, they're thick.
And then, because I have even a different kind. And it's just a plastic that goes over your finger. And the only time I use it is when I'm really stitching a lot.
Yeah.
And because it never fails. You have one area where you're pushing that needle through, and then you go, ow!
And or you push it into your nail. If you push it into your nail bed. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah, that hurts too. Mine, it always gets right there.
That makes me want to get a full coverage thimble. Cover the whole finger.
Oh, I have beautiful. I have beautiful ones that are silver that I bought from the gal that does the quilt show all the time. Oh my gosh, they're absolutely gorgeous.
What do you even think about a silver, the hard?
Oh, I have them.
Do you use them?
I do.
It seems like it would just
every now and then.
If
they fit perfectly.
Yes.
And you can get them now so your nail can go above it.
Yes, I've seen those.
Oh. And there's times when I still do use those because if it's really hard, sometimes you're going through stuff that's really thick. I'll take my scissors and I'm trying to push it through.
Well, yeah.
I literally have like a pair of pliers.
Pliers.
Here, I use these.
So I can pull it.
I use these. They're called grabbers. They're needle grabbers.
Yeah, I'll just use my pliers. So if I'm at that point and I'm really wanting to get it done, that's when I have my metal thimble. I'll put it on because they have the groove, and the needle will stick in there, and you can push it.
Or you can. Nice. They have finger cots that look like mini condoms.
Oh yeah,
that you put on.
I have something like that.
That you put on your that you pull on. But it's just. I've done so much handwork, and when I sit and do it, I have to have. Sometimes.
All of your tools.
All my tools.
You know, the thing is that I find is it makes, you know, the process that we go through to do this is why we do it. I think it's a journey.
Right. What about those?
And
finger grips, I guess. I've never used them that big.
But if you want, you know, the tools, you need to have the right tools to do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And even in handwork, there's tools that you need. And like, you know, Jeannie's showing the finger grips.
I've never used them.
I
just had
never
a customer
used
that was
either.
struggling to pull something through, and I saw these, and I was like, oh, maybe this will work for her. So
it probably would work.
Yeah, so I wonder.
Here, you guys can each have one. Try it.
Machine quilting.
Oh, it's for machine fit quilt. Oh, finger grips allow easy movement of quilt layers and provides control.
Instead of wearing the gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you don't want to wear the full gloves.
If you're doing free motion on a domestic machine.
I don't do free motion on my machine.
She doesn't.
Well, you want to?
I do.
I'm a long armor.
I'll try it because I still use.
Yeah, thank you though.
Of course.
I still have my sit down long arm that I do.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
I'll try that. Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll make a list, and we'll put a list up, and we'll either get the product here in the store, or else we'll put some affiliate links up for you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so that is. Does anybody have any questions? If you'd like to join us next month, if you are watching this later and you have questions, please leave them in the comments, because I always check before we start the next one, and I'd be happy to reply on there, or we'll have the answers for next
month.
And
I
would love for you guys to join us.
I have a question. So what type of thread do you use when you machine embroider?
What I used on this, I have a go-to, and it's just my I use Superior Omni. It's number 2021. I think it's like a gray slate. I use it on everything. I use it on my leaves.
Oh,
it matched with my leaves. I use that very same color on this.
That. So it just
and
blends
this looks
with
browner,
everything.
and that
so it's just a blended. It's just a
I
neutral.
use the same color on my bee.
Oh my God!
Yes.
How do you
wow,
do
that's
that
crazy.
on your bee?
So maybe send that to us, and
I'll show you next.
You guys just need to get one. So the pattern comes in the kit. So I think the pattern's in there, right?
Yes. The pattern is in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. I'll show you the pattern. I've got.
Yeah, I just didn't want to open that one because that's someone can purchase that.
Yeah, the pattern is in here.
There we go.
Okay. It comes in the kit. So there is the pattern.
Yep.
It's in the kit.
Okay, I'm going to have you do it real quick. I have to.
Yeah.
My husband keeps trying to call, so I'm going to tell him that I'm busy right now.
So it comes with that. And
you'll be tracing that.
And you'll be tracing this, yeah. And like I said, if you don't have a light box, windows are my friend.
Yeah. I have a light box. I have like this huge.
I mean, I have a really old one.
It's like this
because
I do humongous.
Wow.
patterns.
So show everyone with your hands how big yours is.
Yeah, it's like
that sounds like 3 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Or 4.
No, it's only 3 feet by 2 feet.
Where do you get something like that?
On Amazon.
Oh, wow.
I know, it was.
Maybe you could share that link with us, though, and we can put it up on the site. If you guys fall in love and you decide you want to do large scale, big.
Yeah, it's big. And then I have a small 9 by, 12. And then I have another
one that's like 18 by 12.
Yes.
Oh, I use them all.
So you'll have them in different sizes.
Yeah, it just depends how big, because they're really affordable. I don't get the real expensive ones.
I love the idea of fusing everything down, so then it's there. The other day, I spent 15 minutes looking for one little piece of applique fabric
that you
you're like,
lost.
Oh no,
that I lost. So I like that idea of ironing it all down and then going.
Yep, and I fuse it on the top, and then it barely sticks, and you're going, well, this isn't sticking or something. But what I do is I fuse it down, and then of course, what's the side with the least resistance is the back. So once it's barely fused down, then I turn it over, and then I fuse on the back, and you're only going through the cotton.
Yes.
And the SF101 makes sense to me. And then I go, oh, okay, look, it's fused, done.
Yes. And now time to stitch.
Yes. And a lot of stuff. See, I could bring some examples next month too. I have flannel. Because flannel looks just, it doesn't look, like it's a lot thinner. It's thinner, but it gets way easier.
Well, and it's cheaper.
It is cheaper, yeah.
Do a lot of people do hand applique with flannel?
Yes.
There's a lot of flannel kits out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, and I'm sure that we have flannel in our stash.
Oh, yes, don't we, though? See, that's one thing we do agree on, is we have a stash.
Yeah, I know. Really. If anybody needs anything, let me know. Let Jeannie know. I'll be happy to mail you
People be pulling up with trucks to your house.
Cindy said she doesn't do hand stitching anymore, but she would like to try doing it on her machine.
You can. Absolutely. And even the vines, you know what? There's other stitches. Like I use the triple stitch.
Yes.
The wording.
I love the triple stitch.
Yes. And you can, if you have your thing, all you're going to do is just follow it around. And you don't leave it on a really... 12 or whatever. I always do it real small. And if you have a real small triple stitch, you can make little S curves. You can do T's. You can dot your I. You can do every single thing on your machine, but
the lettering.
Yeah.
But the lettering.
No, I did the lettering.
That lettering at the bottom you did on the...
No, but I have a whole quilt. I could bring my quilt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bring that one.
And all the lettering on it is on my machine. I did every bit of it on my machine.
Maybe have, maybe we could see machine stitching on one side and maybe hand stitching on the other, just to get a,
to see how...
A little flavor, a little taste of both.
Yeah, we can do that. We can...
Well, I know most of you ladies love the machine stuff. You do get you get gratification a little quicker.
Besides, you spent all that money on that machine, by God, you're going to use it. That's how I think. I got to get my money's worth out of it. So I use it, and I use my stitches, and I see what I can do.
Well, you're a better person than I. I still haven't even put my last update on my Avenir.
Oh my God!
I did my update on my scan account.
Well, my poor Avenir's just sitting there. See it. I know. Spend that kind of money on a machine, and it sits.
Oh, yeah, that's not me.
You should sew on that thing. That is a beast.
I love my PQ 1500.
I don't know if you'll go back.
Oh, I love my PQ 1500.
I do too. I do too. I have the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I do
too.
That's a straight stitch.
Yeah, that's what I piece everything on.
I know. Yes. But this stuff, we want our stitches.
Yeah, I know. I know there's people that want to use decorative stitches and they don't know. They don't know when or where. This will be a great project.
Well, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Is that on the machine? The chain?
No,
stitch?
the chain. That was hand.
Oh, hand. Because there's a million stitches on these machines.
Oh yeah.
You could have done something.
And I just wanted. Yeah, and that's why Gail put hers in a frame, which is very, very.
That's
traditional, and that is how they even show it on the package.
You guys were.
But I did something different.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to share, I just took out of my stash, I had this fabric, and I literally cut this off my rose bush.
That's what Patrick said. I was like, where'd she get this? And he's like, it looks like she just broke it off of one of the trees in the yard.
I did, and I took some jute and hung it up, and I think it's super cute.
And with the buttons, with the layered buttons.
Yeah, and the buttons in there I had just in my stash, so I took those out, and so you can do whatever you want with it. I use my blanket stitches along that green and right here.
Well, you could even do this on a jeans jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Violet
loves, I've tried to get her to sew. I've tried to get her to do everything. She loves handwork. Yeah. So I can see her doing
She is brilliant.
And you know what I do is I buy her every kit and I give it to her, and you know where I find it? Stuffed underneath her bed. She's like, oh, thanks. And then she goes onto Instagram and does something.
I like this. You don't need a kit.
I like this where everything is there for you and you can just grab and go. That's my speed.
But being artistic and having her sense of, what she likes. She can go on anything.
Yeah.
And she can just trace it on. She doesn't even have to trace if she can... just freehand, whatever.
Exactly.
Stitch it. You can there's no limit.
Well, and that's popular right now, too.
It is.
You can
trace,
like it. You can trace stuff on Oh my gosh. No show mesh.
I've seen that. Or the wash away.
The wash away.
The wash away. I've seen them do that.
The wash away, you trace things on that. Put that on a garment, you stitch it down, and then you wash it away. And you've got it. And if you bought stuff like that, it's so expensive.
Oh yeah. I know, it's sticky. There's some that's sticky. You trace it, and then you peel the back off, and you just stick it on, and you put it in your hoop, and you can
either do it by hand or you can do it on your machine.
Yep,
because like you said, there's a million decorative stitches on your machines. It's just there is just no end to what.
Yeah, the creativity that you can do with this stuff.
I mean, my grandmother started doing like pillowcases and tablecloths, and I still have
those little
have pillowcases that my grandma made me, 50, 60 years ago. So
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff you can still do nowadays. So that's part of this. Does anyone else have any questions on this? I don't see
any questions. Any questions? Okay. So I guess
I have a couple things.
We were gonna answer some questions.
Yeah, we have a few more minutes left. Yeah. So okay. This was the questions that were asked a while ago. So, we wanted to review the new Quilt Talk times also.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
So, yeah, Jeannie has given us the slot for the rest of the year on Thursdays.
The first Thursday of every month.
Yes, at 10:30.
They're all put in.
They're all put in. Yeah. So, if you guys want to get us on a schedule to know when we're going to be here to go over stuff. It's going to be 10:30.
Yep, on the first Thursday.
Thursdays of the month. And what we want to do is start doing examples of how to make your quilts better. Like, what is that scant quarter inch?
Oh,
what is that? Yes. Quarter inch. And how do you get really good half square triangles? We want to actually sew those with you, cut them, show you how we cut them, maybe a little bit larger. Right. Use that lock block ruler. Let's get that baby in there.
Right.
And then sew them,
right,
what the scant quarter inch is, and then trim them down, and you're going to be having perfect blocks.
You'll have blocks, and who knows? You may have enough blocks at the end to just put together something. But it's just techniques that we know that work for us. It's not that it's perfect, that it's the right way.
Or the only way.
The only way.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe you guys have, done this before and you like to do it your way. Like I said, there is no wrong way to do any of this.
That's correct. Yeah. I 100% agree.
We agree on something.
Yeah. So that was our big announcement. So for the other miscellaneous questions that we have, people had asked about borders, like how to miter a border. Those, I just say why.
The only time I do it is if I have a border fabric.
A print
that's a border print.
And you wanted to really match it up and all that stuff. And it's kind of tough. We'll do that. I mean, we can show something we need to show.
Yeah, we'll show you
because it's a marking thing and all that stuff. So maybe that would be one of the months that we will show a mitered border. And then another question was border pieces sewn end to end or diagonally. The difference.
Oh, so we're talking not binding, but the border.
The border. I do end to end.
I do it on a diagonal. And the reason I do it on a diagonal is because that's how I've always done it.
Yeah. Well, no matter the size of thick borders, thin borders, all on a diagonal.
I always do it. I always do it like that.
Yeah.
I just do it end to end.
Yeah.
Of course.
I
know. Yes. Oh well. Yeah. So the difference is, I don't see a difference.
There isn't a difference.
No. Yeah. No right way or wrong way.
No.
You use less material end to end.
Yeah.
Like I need to save material.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But your borders, it does depend whether you are cutting them with the grain of the fabric.
True.
or opposite, because one of them does stretch more. If you're
Which one is it that stretches?
Salvage to salvage
stretches, because I noticed that when I press my fabric, it'll shrink a little in one direction.
Salvage to salvage has more of a stretch than
if you want
the
real. Yeah. You want real accurate. You're going to cut the width of the fabric.
Okay.
So it's more fabric, but add to your stash. What the heck? No. Okay, and then binding. Should the mitered corners on binding be whip stitched?
I do not whip stitch my front corners, but I do the back.
That's because you're hand
doing it.
And so you don't come through and do that. See, when I'm hand stitching my binding, which is rare,
that's all I do.
I will come through and I make sure that front and back are meeting. Well, and then I get my thimble and I'm pushing through all layers and I will whip stitch those down.
That's just too much work.
Okay. If I'm doing it on the machine, I do a little back and then
a little forward.
I move.
And then go.
When I pivot it and then I go back 2 or 3 stitches and then come forward.
Yeah.
So I have it down on both sides. And I'm not so picky.
I don't very rarely do it by machine. Very rarely.
Yeah, mostly I do it by machine. Okay. Okay, binding. Stitch to back or front and why?
When I'm doing it by hand, it goes to the back. When I'm doing it on the machine, I go to the front. I mean, I stitch it to the front.
Yes.
When I'm doing hand quilting on the machine, and then I turn it to the back and hand stitch it to the back. Opposite if I'm doing it on the machine.
Right. And she said, why? And I'm sorry, I did not get the names of the people who had asked these. It was a long time, like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And I had this written down. Why? Why would you stitch to the front or back?
Well, I always, when I'm hand stitching, or when you're doing it on the machine, which I rarely do, you want it to the front. And I usually cut my binding 2 1/2 when I'm machine stitching. Do you still do 2 1/4?
Yes, I do 2 1/4.
Well, you're a better sewer than I.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Because when I stitch it to the back on the machine and pull it to the front, if I'm doing it on the machine, I want it a little bigger so I can come closer to the edge of my binding on the back. That's why I do it.
Yeah,
that's why.
But do you sew it on with a 1/4 inch? Because isn't it much? Isn't it bigger on the front?
Yeah, it is. But sometimes,
it's okay.
I know Michelle does everything precise. I sew my. I don't even.
I'll let you believe that. No.
I mean, she probably squares up her quilt before she sews her binding on. I do not.
Delta was asking that. How about how to square up your quilt the right way?
That comes in your piecing.
That's your piecing.
All your piecing is right, it's going to be square. If your borders are measured and put on there.
Like Michelle told us to do.
Yes. Because what if your left border, say your quilt's 24 inches by 24. And then your left border is 24 1/4 and your right border is 24 1/2. And you squeeze that in there. Well, you're going to have fullness in your border causing waves. But if you know both your border is 24 24 and you cut your border 24 and 24, it's going to lay flat.
It should. It should lay flat. It will.
It should, yeah.
But I never cut my back off I pull it off my long arm, and I don't even cut the backing and the batting off until after I sew my. Until after.
Clutch my pearls.
Until after I sew my binding on, then I cut it off. It's
really?
Yeah, it's just easier.
I've never been.
Don't do that! Don't do that! Oh my God!
I've never thought of
No.
that.
Well, I've done it that way for years.
That's great.
Yes. It's always straight.
Wow.
Gail's quilts are beautiful.
I know
Michelle's
they are.
quilts are beautiful too.
Well, hers are more precise. I mean, if you got a micrometer out, mine sure as hell wouldn't be the same.
I just love it, right? I love that.
Mine are well loved and well used.
I love that it's straight.
Like you said, if you
pull it or anything, you happen to stretch it.
But if you piece it, Like you said, if your blocks, that's true. If your blocks and your borders, I have never had a quilt where I've had on my long arm where I've had to, take tucks or steam the crap out of it.
The one you gave me is perfect. I was using it.
No, it bled.
Yeah, but it was still cozy.
It bled because I don't pre-wash my ribs like Michelle. Oh, well.
Oh, my God.
I know. Okay, well, I'm a rebel. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Binding. Okay, narrower binding versus wider. That is just what we...
That's what I just...
It's personal preference.
It's personal preference.
Yeah, and then bias binding or cross-cut binding.
I cross-cut. Unless it's a curve.
Yep, unless it's scalloped.
Yeah.
If it's a curve, then I would do the...
Yeah, because it's more work to do bias and...
I know.
It is, and you can...
But you need it if you're going around...
If you're going around curves, you do. And and you have to really watch it when you're... So that you don't pull it. When you cut bias, if you pull it, you're going to get ripples. Mm-hmm. So you have to really watch when you cut bias binding.
Yes, you do. Easiest way to do binding. Sew it down. Machine.
It is. As far as, I
get little mitered corners and everything. I use my little purple thing, and I just hold it down when I get close to the corner. I make sure the little edge is folded in.
Yep.
And I got it, and I just bring out my needle, come forward, pivot, go back, and go. Yep. It's very easy. And once you do them,
well, and we'll show you one time too. Yeah. We'll show you exactly how we put the binding on.
It'd be nice to see how you, and I've seen different people do it
how different finishes.
But the join, the corner, how you do your corner. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. I would love that.
That could be another technique.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see, cut bias binding. Oh, cutting bias binding. We could show that too.
Yeah.
That's a certain way you fold it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I could show you, but the fabric comes down like this, and there's a certain fold, and by folding it like this, you're getting your 45. But we'd have to show you with the fabric, and you can get like 108 wide, all the way down to where it's stacked. You want to use your 60 millimeter blade, and you can cut that and then have all your bindings.
Yeah.
Cut really easy. Okay, miscellaneous questions. This is for another one. How to square up a wonky panel.
Well, yeah, and
don't follow the lines. Oh, don't follow the line. You get a panel and they all have like a nice little border. It's all printed.
Yes.
Yeah, but they can print it, and here's the fabric going through the machines, and the fabric's like this.
It's so never trying to grain.
No, you're trying to get it right. So you want the pretty stuff on there, so you're cutting right along that, and then you put it into your quilt, and you got this.
Yeah, it's never.
And then it goes to the long armor, and they're going, "This isn't right."
Yeah. So you got to work with the panel.
You need. I cut that pretty part off. I just cut it. Make sure if you want it 18 inches by 24 inches, make sure you just measure it.
Got it.
And even if it is on the bias or whatever, at least your panel
looks square.
Yeah, will be up there the way you want it. Because once you're all sewn in, it doesn't matter if it's on the bias a little bit. That's what I think.
Yeah.
The best way to store quilts.
Oh.
Well,
mine are always out. If you're not going to use them, even my old ones that are like well over 100 years, they sit on top of my cabinets in my sewing room, so I can enjoy them.
Hung up.
Because, and like you said, I don't have any wall space mostly in my house, but I have quilts on every bed. I have quilt ladders that have my quilts on them. I have them I have them draped over chairs, my couch. If you don't, even stacked in stacks on my couch downstairs.
Yeah,
what's the point?
They're a joy.
Yeah, they are a joy. And I'll go through and refold them and wash them sometimes if they've been out for a while. But there's no point in having them if you're going to put them away. That's my feeling.
But some people, they don't want, I think,
well, and giving quilts as a gift, God, please tell people to use them because they're supposed to be used. And know your audience. There are people that you work all this time on something and you give them to them and they never use it. But once you let it go because it's not yours. Mm-hmm. So I know people get really upset when they've worked really hard on something and they give it away and people don't appreciate. Those of us who work, love to craft and love to sew, we usually give to people who do the same because they're the ones that appreciate it. So
yes,
that's just my thought.
Yeah, and then another thought too is, what if the quilt was really old? It was my great grandma's, and it is already starting to deteriorate and stuff. So there are places where you can get with people, who restore them, yes, but who also would like those quilts. So some of those quilts are put in museums and stuff.
Sure.
And some people, I think...
A lot of people are repurposing right now.
Yeah.
Cutter quilts. Cutter quilts are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, and you just don't want people to throw them away.
Yes.
Right.
And, I mean, there's so many people that make jackets out of cutter quilts and stuff. I mean, I look for them when I'm at thrift stores.
Yeah.
They're fun to have. I mean, I know people get upset, but I've even used some quilts that I found at thrift stores for tablecloths.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know. If they're meant to be loved and used.
Yes, I agree. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, storage and organization of rulers. Do you have any of those wooden?
I have a wooden thing with slots.
I have a wooden thing with slots that I have at my...
That's what I have.
That's what I
sell any of those?
You know what? I don't have it any... We had some from Unique. I'll have to get some, but
yeah. Because they're what
wonderful.
I use. Yeah, me too. I have a big cutting table and I have them on the back of my cutting table.
Me too.
And all my rulers are sitting there. And I've got some big ones. Like
me too. Well, not all
by 24.
Do you have the like flat piece where they're slotted, or do you have the one that there's ones that kind of go up and they? No,
mine's a flat.
Mine's flat and they're slotted, but not all my rulers will fit in there. So then I have a drawer.
I have to get.
I got a drawer too, but
of
the ones, the extras, and the ones that don't fit, like the blocks,
low don't fit.
Thicker.
Yeah, they don't.
So
really
that's
fit.
in my drawers. Yeah. But the ones on my cutting table are like my 6.5 by 24s that I use. And then my big ones, all my square up rulers are on there.
Yeah.
Because I square up all my blocks.
Yeah.
And that is so nice to have.
To have them.
I think I got that here too, Jeannie, and it's probably...
I think you did have them.
2.5 feet.
Yeah.
I have one like that. Yeah, I think that was from Unique.
Yeah. And there's like 4 or 5 slots on
they're
it.
wonderful.
And they just
I actually would like another one.
I would too.
All right, I'm going to get some.
It would sit next to the wall, and then all your rulers just lean back against the wall.
Oh, they're perfect.
And I have the biggest ones in the back, and then it comes forward so I can grab whatever size I need. Yeah, I really like those. And if they're out,
if you can see them, you use them too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I use them anyway.
I know, but you don't have to search for them.
Yeah, they're always, I use them, I put them right back.
Yeah, me
always.
Too. Me too.
Let's see. Oh, apply wedge to a background fabric like a Dresden. Another idea for a technique that we can use.
We can do that.
We can do that. It's applicable to me.
Perfect.
Lower bobbin tension, getting it right. That's for Patrick.
Yeah, and I don't mess with your bobbin tension.
Yeah, before you start playing with your bobbin tension, rethread.
Yes.
Like 9 out of 10 times it's just rethreading. Sometimes it's not. But still, the only time I ever play with my bobbin tension is on the long arm or free motion quilting.
Exactly.
And I'm playing with different threads.
Other than that, leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because I mess with my tension on everything.
I do not.
I've never.
I always do. Always.
No.
I have to know it. I have to get it right. I love my machines, though. I know my machines inside and out.
If you know your machine.
Yeah, and I want to know what they do. I want to know where can I use it, all that stuff. That's what I do. So I think we're at the end of all the questions for today.
So we will...
Does anyone
next month
have any questions?
Yeah, do we have any questions? Let's look. Rotate my rulers. Some pegs. Yeah, I have that too on slot wall. But no, I don't think we have any other questions. So next week, I will put some stuff up on some affiliate links, and we'll get a list of we'll do 2 separate lists for Gail and Michelle's, maybe their top 10 or whatever products they're going to be using on this project. So, and we'll get that up on the website for you guys. You can order stuff, but get your kit and get your kit sooner than later. I'm going to have to order more, but I was waiting to hear from them about what kind of thread we're putting in. It'll be a kit with a thread, but feel free to just add your own needle if you're experienced. And if you're not, just use what's in there.
Yep. You can totally do that. Or if you get the kit and you have it and you want to use thinner thread, you can just run down to Michael's and grab some DMC.
Yeah,
or whatever colors they have.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have the threads that are in here so you can color match.
Yeah. Right.
But we'll put a list up because I think they've both agreed they really like the size 24 needle and the size 12 thread.
Yes.
So those are the weights.
Perfect.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, my friends.
Okay, well, we'll see you on the first Thursday in May at 10:30.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Let me see if I can figure out how to...